Hi there. This is part of an ongoing series of reports I'm making on all the big leaks for House of the Dragon coming out of their new wave of filming in Cornwall this week. We got a lot of spy photos today, huge spy photos of characters in close-up, high-quality videos. And rather than make one huge, really long video, I decided to split it up into shorter videos to put more focus on each individual character. Last one I said we got these spy photos of what's clearly Eve Best, who we've never seen in costume before, as Rhaenys, the queen who never was, wife of Corlys Velaryon. She's the great-granddaughter of the original Rhaenys. In that same photo, I zoomed in before because I didn't want to divide our attention, we think we got the first really clear spy photos of Rhaenyra's sons. That her sons, that she married the Velaryon heir, they're Jace, Luke, and Joff. And these pictures are so clear, combined with Instagram follows, we know who these actors are. I've said before, like in my last video on the casting for Baela and Rhaena, while we can find the names, I mean, they're young teenagers and child actors, so it's not like it's going to be some bombshell you haven't heard of this person, but yeah, we can track them down because we got clear spy photos, and Greg Yaitanes, who is the director who's standing right there in the photo, who is in Cornwall right now directing it, when he starts following actors suddenly on Instagram, we notice that. And then we compare his new follows with people in spy photos. This has worked before. It worked with Graham McTavish. It worked with young Rhaenyra, young Alicent. That this is very clearly, these two guys are Rhaenyra's sons. And we've narrowed down that they are assuredly two actors named Harry Collette and Elliot Grehalt. Like I said, they're young people, you haven't really heard of them before, but that they are in it. Harry Collette, the taller, older one, he's 17 years old. On Instagram, he is following and being followed by Emily Carey, who's young Alicent, and following director Greg Yaitanes, and he's following House of the Dragon's official Instagram. 17 years old, mostly a British theater actor. He hasn't really done TV too much, but a lot of these people they've hired are theater. I mean, Emma Darcy and Eve Best are mostly theater actors. Harry has done Billy Elliot, Matilda the Musical, and Elf the Musical. He's done some stage work. He had a brief cameo in Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk, but he's mostly known in Britain. I'm in America. But tell me in the comments if you've seen him. He's had recurring appearances on the British medical drama Casualty, and people thought he was pretty good in it, and they kept asking him to come back. His castmates were impressed with him. So that's Harry Collette. He's playing the older one. And on top of, being followed by the director and Emily Carey, he is also following Elliot Grehalt, who was also being followed by Greg Yaitanes. That people noticed when Greg starts following people, they're probably a cast member. Elliot is also following Emma Darcy, Rhaenyra. That suddenly when obscure child actors start following and being followed by multiple intersecting other cast and crew members, they've joined the cast. Elliot is younger, he's 15 years old. The only big credit to his name so far is he actually played, he's also a theater actor, he actually played young Harry Potter in the West End stage production of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. So they're these two brown-haired boys that are with Rhaenys, who is their grandmother, and we actually get a brief look at their clothes in this, that they're wearing Targaryen colors, or they seem to be. This looks like, I actually think that's the same design on the clasps of their tunic that Daemon wears. That might be just something everyone wears. Are those dragons? I think those are dragons, but it's red on one side, and I can't tell if it's red and black for Targaryen heraldry, like the way Rhaenyra's sigil is quartered, or if it's red and green on one side for the Velaryon thing. Now, why would... It's stupid that they're the blacks and the greens, but the primary supporters of the blacks, the Velaryons, their house color is sea green. So we're wearing sea green while saying the greens must die for this. It's always confusing. So I can't see all of their costume, of course, but given everyone that's following them and their prominence and their age range and the fact that they're not wearing Targaryen wigs like Alicent's sons would be wearing silver hair, these look like Rhaenyra's oldest sons. The question, of course, which I do not know the answer to, is exactly which sons are they playing? Based on their age range, that one is 17 and one is 15, I think that Harry is playing the oldest one, Jace, and that Elliot is playing the middle son, Luke. The problem is that there's time skips in this show. I mean, they've officially cast a young Rhaenyra and young Alicent. That the spy photos from last week from Northern England, you saw them having a scene that at certain points in this show, Rhaenyra's sons will be played by babies or like 4-year-old child actors. I wouldn't be surprised. So there will easily be more than one person playing these guys. There will probably be, I'm not sure if we'll see the age they were during the Dance of the Dragons. Is that there's at least 2 people playing Rhaenyra and Alicent. We don't know if there will also be 2 major people. Are these the final versions of Jace and Luke? Or will they be recast again by season 2 or 3? I honestly don't know. Leading to the question of, this doesn't really confirm that these are Jace and Luke. For all I know, it's Luke and Joff, the youngest son. That we still haven't confirmed if the youngest son, Joff, is in this. We've always said if you were going to cut one character, you'd probably cut him because he doesn't do that much. But I get the feeling that they're trying to expand this show, not condense it. The fact they're putting so much focus on the war and the Stepstones and the lead up to the Dance of the Dragons and all of that, so that I don't think they're trying to rush. We don't see 3 sons in one scene. We only see these 2, probably because just they happen to be standing there. Maybe Joff just wasn't there that day. That if they cut him or not, we don't really know. That if you see a young boy out of context, how are we supposed to know, is this Joff as he would appear during the dance? Or is this a flashback to young Jace? Out of context, we have no way of knowing that. I'd have to see all 3 in a picture. So I'm pretty sure these are Rhaenyra's boys. I just can't tell, are these the 2 oldest ones or the 2 younger ones? Either way, because of overlap, one way or another, Luke is in this photo. So, like I said, when we're picking apart what child actors are playing something, they're child actors. They don't have much of a career yet, so it doesn't really mean that much to you guys. It's more about figuring out which characters are indeed in this show and which ones have been cut. And even I must reluctantly admit this doesn't 100% prove that will Joff, the youngest son, even be in this. I mean, I'm pretty sure let's see, if they did cut Joff, then this is definitely Jace and Luke, as they're the 2 older ones. I don't think Jace would be in a separate thing, but this raises more questions than answers. I look forward to your comment section, but I'm excited because, wow, we got a really clear, high-resolution image of actors. The cast and crew aren't even hiding who they're following on Instagram, so within like an hour, we figured out, wow, the director started following these people this week suspiciously, and there's their photo in the spy pics. We can identify these actors right away. I wonder if this means when we find these actors and get them confirmed and get it circulating through news sites, HBO usually then just publicly announces it. Like when we found out about Graham McTavish, when we found that Millie Alcock and Emily Carey would join the cast, they usually just admit to it within a week. So I don't know, does this mean like in a week's time they'll admit who they're playing, or maybe even admit, release more spy photos? You have to film things to release promo photos of it. Maybe next week we'll get a really high-resolution promo pic set based on the filming they did this week, which is what happened in May. I'm not really sure, but they're filming again in Cornwall, and we're 2 days into this shoot, and the week isn't over yet. It's Tuesday. They might even be continuing into filming next week, for all I know. we'll have to check on that, but I can't wait for what new spy photos we'll get tomorrow. We got a pretty big haul just from these first 2 days of this shoot. So please keep checking back on this. Do you think this is Jason Luke, or is it Luke and Joff? And do you think Joff is even in this show? I'm pretty sure he'll be in it eventually. I mean, they'd be silly not to. But I'll keep posting updates as I get them. Again, I am measuring my updates for this in hours, not in days. That within hours of when I posted the last video for Monday, Tuesday, there was a whole new wave of stuff. This is as big as when we were getting all those spy photos last May. I thought we'd have to wait for October for this, for the Spain shoot. But these are major characters. They're coming out. I wonder who else we could see, tomorrow.